Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you had a nice Christmas. I know it wasn't the Christmas that many of you wanted to spend with your grandparents, your aunties, your uncles, or even to see your cousins. But we're back in 2021 now, and we're very hopeful for the immediate future, and we're hoping to see a lot more of you in the coming weeks. This is just a small, short assembly for myself, but hopefully your teachers will be calling in with you next week to give you a little bit more information and find out what's going on, okay? Many of you might also be confused why you came back to school in January, and then the next day you were told by your parents that school was closed, and that was a decision that was made by our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, and it was a decision that we believe was the right one. He's trying to protect our National Health Service, our doctors, all the elderly that we have in our community and the wider community from this nasty virus, and I'm sure it won't be long before we get things back to normal. Many of you also might be confused why some of your friends are at school. Well, can I just tell everybody that your friends are not at St Mary's. We've had to close that school for now. They're up here at St Joseph's in little bubbles, and the children that are here at the moment from St Mary's, their families are called critical workers, and they work as doctors and nurses, they're police or they're teachers, and many of them work as shopkeepers, and they're needed at the moment, okay? So we have to look after the children from those families during this time. But they are set work in school every day, just like you at home, and they're doing exactly the same things, okay? So we're all going to try and keep in touch together going forward. I've got a very important message to pass on from you, some of your teachers. So Miss Baird, Miss Kane, Mrs Stansfield, Mr Thompson, who's here with me now, and Mrs Oakes, just want to say a huge thank you and a big congratulations to everyone for starting their work this week. You really have got off and running with your remote learning, and they're extremely proud of the start that you've made. So much so that they want you to keep this going, and they're going to be talking about this next week, but they've asked me to pass on some tips going forward. So first of all, they asked me, try and have a structure to the day, try and get up in the morning when mum or dad asks you to get up, get changed, have that breakfast and start your learning. But please make sure that you have regular breaks during the day. That could be after your first piece of work, you could walk the dog or use your phone or do something else. Just have some free time. Doing it that way means that you don't crash all your work in at one go, and it'll have a lot more meaning to you at the end of the day. If you try and get everything finished, you'll finish it quite quickly and you'll not have a lot to do during the rest of the day. And many of your parents are probably trying to work at home too, and they need that time, okay? I've got some messages, so in no particular order. We want to know what you're up to. If you've got any photographs or any exciting news, please send them into our admin at St Mary's First School, and we'll share that on a weekly basis. We'll pass on all the good news, okay? It could be that your family's got a new baby in the family or a new animal, or you've baked a cake or anything like that. We'll share that and pass that on. Your teachers will be posting on YouTube weekly the stories. Now, I've watched some of them, they're really exciting, so please can you continue to watch them. We are going to make phone calls each week at home to check if you're all right as well. And we're hoping next week to have our first form meetings, that's with your class teachers, to go over some golden e-safety rules with all of you. So please watch out for that, and we'll send you that link to that meeting, okay? We do have quite a lot going on in school as well that we'd like you to do. We're going to send you a weekly PE exercise that we'd like you to take part in, and we also will send you the links to Joe Wicks. You all know who he is. He will be and is currently working out with children on TV on a daily basis. Now, Mr Thompson's got some information to do with blogs. You're brilliant at blogging and reading the blogs, but Mr Thompson just wanted to mention something about that.
Hello, children of St Mary's. I hope you're keeping well at home. Yeah, just a quick reminder and message about our school blogs. Going on from what Mr Norton has said about keeping in touch with all your activities and things you're doing at home, it's a great way to keep in touch with your classmates, and for me and the other teachers to find out what you've been up to. To find out how to get on these blogs, visit the St Mary's website, and under the remote learning tabs, there's another section called class blogs. These will give all the instructions on how to get on there and how to upload your comments. It'd be lovely to see some pictures and maybe some videos of what you guys have been up to. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Thompson. I've also got some really exciting news. We are having a bake-off every week. Okay, so we've got a competition and we've got an Amazon voucher for each key stage going forward. So this week, the first competition is to create a winter biscuit. There's lots of points for the best colours and the best decorations that you have on your biscuit, but you need to send them in and we'll judge them on a Monday. So that's the first competition. Week 1 is for next Monday. Mrs. Gelson's also asked me to ask any mini Whitneys, please, we've got an SOS for any prayers for the elderly. If you can write a prayer, you've done this before, for anybody who is self-isolated in our community who's quite elderly, Father Chris and Mrs. Gelson will make sure they're delivered to their homes. Okay, so if you can do that, we would appreciate that hugely. Now to finish with, we do also appreciate we have lots of children who've had birthdays between beginning of Christmas and now, and you can't stand up in assembly and get your birthday certificate. So Mr. Rose is here to play you the world's greatest known song.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. It's wonderful to see so many birthdays. So we're going to sing a little song. Feel free to sing along at home. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday dear Asha, Amelia, Lily, Tyler, Owen, Jack, Sophia, Isaac and Oliver. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Okay, boys and girls, it's nice to talk to you. Keep in touch and we'll see you next week. Thank you.